Alright, so welcome back to the good old Ayrton Senna driver career mode. This is round number 3 at Melbourne. Probably my best track, like the track that I am best at, so I am feeling very good today. Last time out at Saudi Arabia, I drove one of my best ever races in terms of, you know, just performance. On the second stint on the medium tyres, every single lap I done was within 1/10 of each other. It was ridiculous. And what a comeback from the stinker in round 1 at Bahrain. The car, undrivable, oversteery, not well balanced. Go to Saudi Arabia, it feels like prime season 1 fat crim, do you know what I mean? But what that means is that going into round 3, there is only 5 points that split me and championship leader Max Verstappen. So let's try and take that championship lead today. I think it's very possible. Alrighty-yo, welcome to qualifying. Let's take a look at these first initial lap times and... Oh! Okay, Lando. I didn't know he had that in him. I forgot to mention at the start that our car is still measured as P6 fastest. We are still equal with the Sauber. So for Lando to be pulling a P2, only a 10th away from Max Verstappen, that's actually a really good effort. So the lap time that we're going to try and beat is a 1 minute 14.1. That is bloody fast. Alright, here we go for my first opening run. Just want to say before I start, if you could please consider liking the video if you're enjoying the series. It really does help out my videos. And also, why not subscribe as well? Trying to hit 1.5k by the end of the year. Let's do this thing. Actually didn't spin, you know, on the final corner opening up a lap. That's a rare thing for me. And let's do it into turn 1. I don't know when to brake. It's a very scary corner. It goes to about there. That was pretty good. Could have braked a little bit later. We'll remember that for next time. But, you know, honestly, that was still perfectly okay. Now into turn 2, or is it 3? I have no idea. Braking was okay. Lots of grip on the exit. Massive snap of oversteer, though, and that's not really what you want to see, but it's okay. Sector 1's going to come through at 25.9. Oh no. Oh, okay. That's a little bit troublesome. So, I'm only, well, I say only, I'm 20 milliseconds down on Alex Albon's first sector. That's not really that great. Heading around the final corner, that lap was abysmal. It didn't feel too bad, but... So, I'm going to find myself... actually, it looks bad, but it isn't that bad. I am only 3 and a bit tenths off Lando Norris. I reckon I can actually find that lap time on my second run, but that's definitely not the best way to start a weekend, especially one where I want to try and take the championship lead. It's not really what you want to be doing, do you know what I mean? Alright, this is it then. I need to show prime fat crim lockage and go for an absolute stormer of a lap. Here we go, and we're off. Let's do it. A 1 minute 14 dead would be enough to beat my teammate. That's nearly half a second. Here we go. Braking later into turn 1. Send it like I'm silly. Overtake on the exit as early as possible. We're going to absolutely dump it. Now we go into turn 2 or 3. I don't remember. Brake a little bit earlier. Hit the apex. Get on the exit nice and early. Ride the curb. Avoid the oversteer snappage. And as you can see, I have already found 3.5 tenths. Bosh. I'm going to try something very risky through here. I'm going to try and not brake. Here we go. Oh! Yeah, no, we take that. I lost a bit on the exit, but I managed to gain on the entry. So you know what? That is absolutely fine. Now it's time to absolutely send it through here. A little slight lift. Ooh, that was very nice. On the braking. Get it in. Try not to lose the rear, which I have done so. On the exit, oh, come on. 7.5 tenths of a second. Where's it going to put me? Oh. Okay, cool. I was, honestly, okay. Not gonna lie, I was expecting more, to be honest. I thought after finding 3/4 of a second, I would be a bit higher than there. But it's still not awful, realistically. It is bad that Max Verstappen is starting P1, and I was also out-qualified by Lando Norris. But at least I managed to claw back the gap. I mean, Lando was half a second quicker than me. If I didn't improve on my lap, he would have been 7 tenths quicker than me. But no, I managed to get the gap down to 400ths. It's not the end of the world. We go into the race, starting P3 and P4. Not too bad for the constructors, and we'll just have to see how we get on in the race and go from there. And here we go. Grand Prix Sunday, round number 3, Australian Grand Prix 2026. Yes, that's what year it is. I have no idea what's going to happen today. I genuinely don't know. I can either be Ayrton Senna, like, reborn and just absolutely cook, or I could drop a massive stinker and finish like P7. There is no in-between. It will be one or the other. The strategy is going to be looking like this. We're going to do a little cheeky medium to hard little one-stopper. I assume the soft tyre wear is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, yeesh, yeah, 1 minute 20s. We want to avoid 1 minute 20s. Tyre wear actually seems really high. I might actually consider stopping a lap earlier. That might give me an extra, like, 0.2 of a second. We'll see. But everything's ready. We're ready to go. And let's have it. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's have it. All right, race starts are not my thing, so let's just make do with what we get. And yep, that start is awful. Yep, I get 5th gear oversteer. We're going to be fighting with, I don't even know who this is, Ollie Behrman to turn 1. We're going to hold off. And honestly, as bad as that start was, I didn't lose any places. So honestly, it's not too bad, really. The early signs is that my car is incredibly oversteery off the start, which is not really what you want when you're someone like me that drives overly aggressive for no real apparent reason. I don't like oversteer. I really don't. I would actually like rather a car that only understeers. That would be much better. Especially around here as well, where it's just full of high-speed corners. Oversteer is very scary because you might not be able to react to it in time. So that's going to be something to look out for. I have managed to stick with Lando and Verstappen, and the Ferrari, I don't know which Ferrari it is, I forgot. I'm going to assume it's Leclerc, because Leclerc is the better Ferrari driver. Has actually taken the lead, which is a massive help for me, so whoever Ferrari you are, cheers for that, boss. And here we go, lap 1 is completed, and I'm perfectly fine with where I am, you know, staying P4, I have stuck with Lando, and that's all I can really hope for. That's quite good. I mean, I thought my pace was going to be shockingly bad, I'd be snapping all over the place, and I'd drop down to about P37, but no, I'm chilling. This is great. One thing I've also noticed is that I can use Hot Lap ERS for the entire duration of the lap and not really lose any. I actually managed to recharge like enough to use a whole lap's worth of Hot Lap, which is really, really handy. That improves my lap times by probably like 2 or 3 tenths every single lap. So by the end, you're looking at an extra like 10 seconds of race time, which is ridiculously good. And there's proof. We have just set the fastest Sector 2 of anyone. Gorgeous stuff. Here we come across the line. Is it going to be a fastest lap for Senna? No. Even though I set the fastest Sector 2, I actually miss out on the fastest lap by half a second. So you can see where my pace is lacking in Sector 1 and 3. Verstappen also now takes the lead of the race. Oh, I've outbraked myself there a little bit. That's going to come back to bite me, isn't it? And to my shock, it's actually Carlos Sainz that was the Ferrari fighting Verstappen. Top 10 unexpected moments right there. I think I'm going to start using a bit of overtake as well. Not too much, I don't want to completely run out, but just to get the gap back to Lando as Sainz is going for it on Verstappen, I reckon. He isn't. Oh, wait, I could actually benefit off this. Maybe. With a bit of overtake, I might be able to go for a move on Lando. Actually, Lando could go for a move on Verstappen. Go on, son. Do him in. And then a little switch back for Ayrton Senna. Down the inside of Verstappen. Norris goes through. Senna goes through. Come on, the boys. That's what it's all about. And now Ollie Behrman's going for it on Verstappen as well. Verstappen looking to lose 3 places in 1 lap. And he has. No, he hasn't. It's all kicking off here on lap number 4. Holy moly. That's actually massive. I mean, I have just overtaken Verstappen. I didn't think that would happen, but it has. Now, can we bring the fight to the Ferrari of Sainz, though? Lando thinks we can. He is right up his arse. I also want to try and stick with him, just so I get that DRS helpage. Honestly, I am completely down to help Lando as much as I can take this win. I think he is the faster of us two in this race. And to be honest, I know this is a crazy thing to say, but I've already won the drivers twice. I'd rather just help Lando at this stage and just only go for the constructors. And here he goes. Go on, Lando. Go on. On Sainz, gets the move done, and actually, Sainz hasn't got DRS. I could go for a move on Sainz now as well. Round the outside, this is very sketchy and scary and frightening and horrible and terrifying. Round the outside, bit of oversteer, but come on! Look at us two go. You just don't see this very often. Lando, at the peak of performing, he's never usually up this far. He's always usually in like sort of like P6, P7 area, but here he is, P1 in this race. Like I said, I'm completely down to just like defending from Sainz and letting Lando go off into the distance. But of course, if the opportunity arises, like now for example, and I can go for the move, oh, you better believe I'm going for it. All right, DRS is enabled. Am I just going to fly past Norris here? Oh, I think I am. Here we go. Down the inside, and oh, that was a lot easier than I thought it would have been, to be honest. Okay, fair enough. Let's be careful here as well. Oh no, I might have made a mistake overtaking Lando because now Sainz is going for it on Lando. I tried, yeah, okay. That's bad team play. After saying I don't mind helping Lando, I've just completely ruined him. I wanted to try and like brake in front of Sainz so that Lando could brake later, but that hasn't really worked. And now I'm on my own in front, and Sainz is looking very good to go and retake the lead. Yeah, that's all forward to pieces. Here goes Sainz down the inside of turn 1. I'm going to outbrake him, and that was a nice bit of defending. Of course, the AI don't really like brake later when going for an overtake, so it is quite easy to defend, but still, we're holding on. Car is really bad. I'm getting lots of oversteer, as you can see, just trying to exit out of corners. It's not great. Even through here in a flat-out corner, it's very frightening. We have a yellow flag up ahead. I believe it's going to be the stricken car of Teo Pourchaire, who just retired from the race like 30 seconds ago. And let's see what kind of straight line speed I've got. We've got Sainz behind, followed by Norris, followed by Verstappen. Let's see it. Okay, no, we're back. I thought Sainz was going to go fly past, but no. Okay, so I have the straight line speed to defend. That's nice to know. What's happened there then? What? I was just trying to look in my wind mirror to see if Lando was going for a move on Sainz and red flag. Okay. That's changed things a bit. I believe one of the Aston Martins, spun round turn 1. Okay, so what are we thinking? See, that's what I was also thinking. Oh, that's perfect. Well, not kind of perfect. We're restarting the race on lap number 9. That was the lap I was meant to go in and stop. So I'm basically just running a normal strategy, except you get a free pit stop. That's all it is. Now, I am slightly concerned about two things. Number one, my race starts. You saw just like 10 minutes ago how bad they are, or how bad they can be. Number two, I am quite fearful that I'm going to get the wheel bug. If you don't know, there is a bug where you use a wheel on the game where it incorrectly, that shows your wheel input. So I'll put in like 90-degree wheel input, and the game will only pick up by 10. This happened in I believe a Has to Glory video at Silverstone when there was a red flag, and it completely ruined the restart and lost about 7 places. So let's hope that doesn't happen, and go for race start number 2. Alright, no wheel bug for Fat Krim, and here we go. We're off for race start number 2. The car hasn't bottomed out. There is a lot of wheel spin though, and Carlos Sainz is just gone. Into turn 1. Maybe I can fight into turn 3. I realise it is actually turn 3 now. Let's see. Overtake on. Come on then. Let's do him. Down the inside. Oh, Sainz wasn't ready for it. That was a bit nausea on my end. That was like Daniel Ricciardo's, late braking manoeuvres gone horribly wrong. But everything's fine. No damage. And, Sainz is still ahead. So I don't think you can really argue against that. I don't think it's stewards who get involved, mostly because they don't really turn up in the game. But we move. What about my straight line speed down here? Now, obviously, the AI are going to be dumping their hot lap. Actually, there's a little chance here. Maybe down the inside. No, definitely not enough space there. I'm going to be a lot more sensible. This is the new me, the clever me, the disciplined me. And there is lap 1 complete from the red flag restart. DRS now enabled. Let's hunt down Chili Con Carne. I'm feeling quite confident now. Car is feeling a lot better. Extremely better, actually. I reckon there's a chance. Why is my DRS not open? Oh, well, yeah, of course. DRS isn't activated there. It's, before the lap starts, which is quite odd. Here we go then. Come on, Chile. You are absolutely finished, blood. Your time has come. Let's do it. DRS enabled. Now, little bit of overtake. We're going to go around the outside. That was brave. And way before the corner even arrives, we are through. Fastest sector 2. And we're away. So, the whole lot. Lovely. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I don't think my pace is that good. But I do want to try and get 1 second ahead of Sainz and hope that Norris can go for a move on him to get back into a McLaren 1-2 position. But Sainz is still no slouch. He is going to keep up with me. And, you know, I've also just set the fastest lap. So if it stays as it is, that's a nice little 26 points for Fat Krim. Meanwhile, Verstappen's currently only on 10. So I would take the championship lead by like 11 points. And that's lovely. I'm not sure how I've done it, but I have actually managed to get 1 second ahead of Sainz. Now, I don't know if Sainz just shithouse DRS. We'll have to find out. There goes Lando Norris. Go on, son. What a move by Lando. And yes, he's got it. Right, what I need to do now is drop back a little bit, and I want to give Lando DRS, and I want to tow him along. That's what I want to do. Lando, come on in, lad. Never mind, he's going to be fighting with Leclerc, apparently. So that's what we're doing now. Right, brilliant. Go on, Lando. Get nice and close to me, boss. Let's go. Let's get this McLaren 1-2 and score some massive points in the Constructors. Has he got DRS? I can't tell. I think he does. Come on, Lando. Let's go. All right, I tell you what, Lando is absolutely flying. He is, like, astronomically quicker than me. If DRS was, like, slightly better at this track, he would be gone. And I am still managing to defend. Of course, I am trying to defend. I'm not just going to let him go. But, you know, if it gets to a point where Leclerc is becoming a bit of a threat, actually, no, my Lando's going to go for it now. Down the inside of the penultimate, or actually the final DRS zone. That was scary. Lando, can we not try that? I know that's what I did with you, but like, whoa, big snap of oversteer. That's not what I want. But yeah, if Leclerc starts getting a little bit too close for comfort, I might just let Lando go and then just use the DRS. Which Leclerc is doing, to be fair. He's only 0.6 behind. Do I even, like, defend? Like, can I even... Is that an option? Lando is just... He's turned into, like, Michael Schumacher in the prime for some reason. I mean, that's perfectly fine with me. Lando, if you can stay like this for the rest of the season, we will just absolutely dominate this Constructors. Here comes Lando again. He's going to go round the outside. Leclerc's also going round the outside. I'm going to have to fight with Leclerc. That was frightening. Okay, so Lando goes through. Not against that. That's perfectly okay. I can always get him back later on in the race. I can now use his slipstream and DRS to stay ahead of Leclerc. Of course, in terms of McLaren, we are still scoring the same amount of points. So, you know, I'm sure they don't really care. But I do have a Drivers' Championship that I would like to at least compete for. And to do that, I would need to be in P1. So here comes Leclerc. Is he going to go for the move? He's looking for it into turn 1. He's not going to go for it. Let's try and not ram Lando up the arse as well. I think that's, you know, a pretty good thing to not do. But when it seems I've also been given the hurry up by the team. I know that's not what that actually means. It's just a random objective they give. But they are telling me to overtake Lando within the next 3 laps. And honestly, I could probably do it here quite easily. I'm already right up his arse. And now with DRS, I can just do this. There you go. Done it! I've actually put Lando in quite a bad spot, though, to be fair, because now he hasn't got DRS, which means Leclerc will probably get by here. Lando's on the defensive. Leclerc's going to try and go round the outside. Look in my mirror. Don't look at me. What's going on? Leclerc gets the place. That's frustrating, to be honest, but like, what am I supposed to do? Maybe they should change where the DRS is, because that is quite a bit of a joke that, you know, you get the move done round the fast left-right chicane and then you're just finished because, you know, if you get overtaken, you won't have DRS to fight back or defend from the next car. I feel like they should change it. Alright, 3 laps remaining in this race. The car is just not great, to be honest. I think Max would describe it as not lovely. Oversteer is at an all-time high. And I just think it's crazy how, in the opener at Bahrain, it felt like this year's Sauber. And then at Saudi Arabia, it felt like the W11. And now it feels like the real-life Sauber again. It's very, very strange. I don't really have any plans for the moment. It's just, you know, obviously win. But also, I would like to get 1 second ahead of Leclerc so that Lando can have a go at him and maybe get that McLaren 1-2. But Leclerc's lively, as he always is. So that might be a bit tough. Penultimate lap of the race, and Lando has actually fallen back massively. This is not looking too good. He might get done with Verstappen into turn 1 here. Hang on. It's all falling to pieces on the final couple of laps. I need to defend from Leclerc hard now. He's only 0.2 behind. He's right there. There he is. Okay, so I'm managing to defend. What about Lando, though? Lando actually lost DRS on Leclerc during that last lap, and is now fighting Verstappen. So that's the opposite of ideal. Right, into the final couple of corners to start the final lap, and as you can see, I've turned my ERS off in hopes it gives me just a couple of percentage more battery, but I'm actually under some real threat here to lose this race. Leclerc is there! Get away from me! Luckily, I've got a lot of overtake to use, but, like, stay away. Here he comes, final lap, into turn 1. He's got ahead. Oh, scary. Okay, that defense was considerably easier than I thought it would be. As for Verstappen, oh, no. Norris, what have you done? Norris has lost a place to Verstappen, and is now actually under threat from losing a place to Alonso. Oh, no. What has gone wrong there? Okay, well, let's stop looking at that and look at it after the race. I've still got a job to do in defending from Leclerc. Very, very scary times ahead of us. I've got 50% ERS. That should be plentiful to keep me ahead. But you never know with this geezer. He might just have a whole tank ready to just absolutely deploy. Here he comes. Is he going to go for it? Nope. I have managed to live. One more DRS zone to go. Actually, technically, it's 2. Here we go. I think now I'm probably safe to put my ERS into medium. Lovely stuff. Into the final couple of corners, and wow, if you told me at the start of this race that I would be within a shot of winning, I would have just said, now you're waffling. Like, you're out your mind, because I didn't feel too great, and even in the opening couple of laps, my car was really slow. But somehow, on the final, I don't even know, on the final lap, I find myself the winner of the Australian Grand Prix. And I don't even get a chance to milk the moment, because we are immediately onto a loading screen for no reason. Wow. Okay, that was actually a really good race. We had a red flag. We had some good, you know, racing between the sort of 5 and many different contenders for the win. It was, you know, 5 different people were leading the race at one point. We had, you know, Verstappen at the start. Then it was Sainz. Then it was Norris. Then it was me. And even then at the end, Leclerc was in the lead for about half a corner. But wow. Back-to-back wins. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. That was actually just not a very clean drive by any means. I went off about 60,000 times. But, you know, I still drove very well on 110 AI as well. I know that's not really much to gloat about. The AI are horrid this year, but still. And here's your final results. Senna converts a P4 to a P1 with the fastest lap as well. And Lando Norris. Wow. How has that happened? How has Lando Norris, who was running P1 for a few laps, then P2, ends up dropping to P6 on the final lap of the race? Wow. Okay, Lando, we're going to have to sort that out because that is going to be a serious issue. The standings. Obviously, I do take the championship lead. It was actually looking I was going to lead by about 11 points, but now I only lead by 6. We have Leclerc only 10 points back, Alonso 18 back, Stroll 20 back, Lando already 35 points off me in just 2 races. Because remember, in round 1, he beat me in the race. He finished, what, P5 and I was P7? So to go from, you know, being ahead of me in the drivers, 2 rounds later, 35 points back is pretty ridiculous. But, you know, come on, Lando, put it together. We've got it. Constructors looks like this. We lead by 3 points over Aston Martin with Red Bull in P3 because Ollie Behrman is not doing too great. He's got 4 points when his teammate has 51. But yeah, that's another banging episode of Ayrton Senna Driver Career Mode. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I will see you lot tomorrow for some Has to Glory. There you go. See you later.